One of the heaviest steps one may take is a step towards change. It is uncomfortable, somewhat strange, and at one point filled with uncertain things. Different people experience this in so many different ways. They may probably perceive it differently from how I described it. However, I guess one familiar change that undeniably struck and felt drastic for most of us is how the pandemic almost shifted life, routines, into a whole altered situation. Personally, this resonated in a deep degree with me as a student. Hi, I am Rean Estimo, 20 years old, a third-year college student. In just a single snap, our four-walled classrooms for learning suddenly became a small side of a four-walled room. The noise of my classmates whenever our professors have not yet arrived, in due course, felt like an eternal silence as our gadget's microphone technically has to be turned off inside the virtual screen. The frustrated or happy smiles I see every day eventually became motionless profile pictures, as turning on some of my classmates' cameras could affect their internet connectivity. At first, I did not think much of the week-long closing of our school. But the week became weeks, weeks became months, and months became more than a year. In honesty, my mind is still coping with how these days seem fast. But looking at it, almost each day that composes this year became battles for me. I had to face how schooling at home continued, and how it continued despite not having any idea of what it would eventually do, and also continued to erase many lines that I hoped it didn't have. The image of work met with my supposedly place of rest. I got overwhelmed with having to face the screen for long hours of classes in a week, coupled with hours of doing our tasks after these schedules through my laptop as well. There came a point when I didn't feel as if anything is real anymore. I had to face mere deadlines and tasks through the screen that in one aspect, reality became much more like just an idea. Due to the protocols and my weak immune system, I was not able to literally take a step outside our home throughout the whole pandemic, which may have added to the fact that I was already losing my sense of what is real or out of the virtual world and not. Although my cries are expressed to God, there also came numerous times when I wake up with a nervous heart, anxious for the things that I might not have submitted, even if we still do not have any given task yet. Each day, I felt restless. However, along with these things are hope and faith in the Lord. This have helped me endure and find strength, peace, and comfort. It is just amazing how He makes sure that His children would feel and know that He sees them, hears their cries, their struggles. One time I came to the Lord lost and exhausted, but He answered me with Psalms 16:11. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Which told me that the bombarding clamor of my thoughts and feelings are no mightier than His provision of what He knows I need, of what seeking Him graciously has for me. And in the midst of physically closed doors were His gifts of opportunities that opened avenues for me to be with my fellow youth. It was 2019 when God unveiled His plan for me, appointing me to be one of Youth Ride CCAC's core leaders. And even if less than a year after that we already had to face the outcomes of a pandemic, God assured us of His plans. Different ministries under Youth Thrive have sprouted. Zoom-mustahan, which is an online kumustahan and learning time about God. High Five, which has enabled us to check on other youth during the first wave of the crisis. IG Challenges, which allowed us to reach youth, even those outside the church. And Powerhouse, which faithfully strengthened us through weekday prayer schedules with our fellow youth. This became reminders of how marvelous God is. Because of these online activities, I was able to meet with my co-youth who might share the same experiences as mine. I was able to share my struggles and share God's message of hope as well. It became a river that flowed waters of stories and testaments of how God continues to work within the lives of each one, and that I am not alone in the battles I face. Being able to mingle and grow with the people who are also being shaped by God amid difficulties gently disentangled the feeling of being boxed in the four-walled room. My care group leader and our then youth pastor also became our guide and listeners throughout the changes and challenges we had to face. Truly, as it was stated in one of my devotions, just like a sprouting plant, even in the daily unseen or heavy moments, the gardener, God, is tending my soul and making me whole. One of the heaviest steps one may take is a step towards change. It is uncomfortable, somewhat strange, and at one point filled with uncertain things. Although the change that I have experienced may have felt strongly the same as I described it, God has shown me that He will not let it stay as it is. He unraveled how this change would lead to meeting new people, growing with the people in the church, sharing my struggles with them, being stronger with them, and continuously building firmer faith in the process with them as well. No one truly knows when this all will put to an end. I may also still get overwhelmed by things many times, but I am in deep gratitude to the Lord, for He never fails to surround me with His answers. I may sometimes go through dark seasons, yet I am assured that He carries me, and I am not alone, as He also uses people to shower me with hope to cope during this time as well.